Hey everyone, I'm James Yotis with the Albuquerque Journal, high school sports editor, joined by Ken Sickinger. Unusual surroundings for us today. It's cold and rainy, and we're just doing this indoors today to save everyone the trouble. But we're here to talk about the penultimate week of the high school football season. We're into the state semifinals now with the upper classes and the 2A state championship game. You and I were talking the other day. Of the 9 games on the schedule this weekend, there's really only one that looks clear-cut, like there won't be an issue with the winner or loser, and that's Roswell playing Deming in the 5A semifinals. Deming hasn't been in the semis in 45 years. Roswell's undefeated. They've won 16 in a row. Other than that, I think you and I are in agreement. All these other games are in play this weekend.
Of course, you know that by saying that, you're ensuring that Deming is going to go in and get a big win. But yes, I would tend to agree that every other game looks extremely difficult to pick and compelling.
Yeah, which is how it should be this time of year. So we're going to jump right into it. The 6A semifinals begin on Friday night at Leon Williams Stadium in Clovis. It's third-ranked Cleveland, second-ranked Clovis. The first time these two teams have met in this round of the playoffs. Two teams that are a lot alike. They both have a dynamic quarterback, Chance Harris for Clovis, Jeff Davison for Cleveland. They both got great running backs, Dorian Lewis, of course, for Cleveland, Justin Webskowski for Clovis. Both have big wide receivers. They're both pretty big on defense, very big up front. These two teams look a lot alike, and I know you and I both agree that this game could go either way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've seen both teams, and I agree with you. The skill position players in this game are tremendous on both sides, and it may come down to who can make a defensive play or two that can actually win this, because I think both teams are going to score.
Yeah, and these are two of the better scoring defenses in 6A. So, if the weather's okay, I think we'll still have some decent scoring conditions, but I don't think this is going to be a high-scoring game.
I kind of disagree. I tend to think it might be a high-scoring
Really?
game
Okay.
because I think both teams are very capable of breaking some big plays.
We'll see. The other semifinal, Saturday afternoon at Community Stadium, 1 o'clock. Number 1 seed Volcano Vista, number 4 seed Rio Rancho. A rematch of their game from a month ago, which Volcano won 51-43. But that was such a crazy game. It was 51-20 near the end of the third quarter. Rio Rancho comes all the way back and has the ball with a chance to tie in the last minute and a half. They didn't really come close to scoring, but very strange game. Volcano had over 250 yards in penalties and still had over 600 yards in offense. Rio Rancho had a touchdown called back by a penalty in that game. They also fumbled going in for a score on another possession at the 1-yard line. So Rio Rancho feels like that was a game they let get away.
I agree, and I think I think if anybody shocked us last week, it was Rio Rancho. I didn't see them winning by 35 points and just absolutely drumming a good Las Cruces team, which is why I'm taking Rio Rancho as my upset pick this week, not because I necessarily think they're better than Volcano Vista, but they might be peaking.
Yeah, and that's, as you and I have talked about, I think we both think both of these 6A semifinal games are fairly up in the air. That's one of the 2 games we disagree on this week. I won't give you the other one. I'll let you guys go on to abqjournal.com to find that one. But let's get into the 5A semifinals. We talked about Roswell and Deming. That's Friday night at the Wool Bowl. I think we both like the Coyotes. As good a run as Deming has had, Roswell looks like the strong team. But the other semifinal is also at the Wool Bowl, 1 o'clock on Saturday. It's number 2 Los Lunas, number 3 Goddard. Los Lunas beat this team 21-7 in September. Pretty physical game. And the Wool Bowl has not been kind to the Tigers. So that is certainly the more interesting of the two.
Oh, I tend to agree. And let's face it, we both got it wrong when they played the first time around, but
Yep.
we still both are going to go with Los Lunas this time.
Yeah, interesting. In the 3A semifinals, we'll jump over 4A for the moment. Hope Christian is the only other Metro team from the Albuquerque area left in the playoffs. Hope is the number 2 seed, but they are traveling to number 3 Robertson on Saturday. These two teams met in the semifinals at Milne Stadium last year. Robertson beat them, I think, 25-17. Hope was caught a little bit off guard by Robertson's tradition and experience. Robertson's been in the state finals 4 years in a row, which is something Hope is going to have to get over, and they're going to have to do that on the road.
Yeah, and it's an interesting game. I watched Hope last week, and I talked to Coach Gary Beck afterwards. And at that point, he didn't know who he was playing yet. And I asked him, who would you prefer? And he said, well, we'd love to have West Las Vegas here, but I think all of our team is looking forward to a chance to play Robertson again. So that should be a very interesting game.
Yeah, I agree. The other semifinal in 3A is number 1 Socorro, number 5 Tularosa, which was a close win over Dexter last week. Tule beat Socorro early in the season, 9-7, week 2, which is weird because Socorro averages about 50 points a game. And that week they met on August 30th, I believe, and it was a 9-7 win for Tularosa. That is Socorro's only loss.
Yeah, and it's hard to imagine a game like that this week. But Tularosa got a very impressive one on the road last week. Can't rule them out.
Yeah. Going back to 4A now, a couple of really good games. Top 4 seeds alive there. We have number 1 Bloomfield playing host to Grants, and we have Portales playing at Lovington. Portales is the 2 seed, Lovington the 3, but Portales owes Lovington a trip, so this game is at Brian Urlacher Field.
Yeah, and I think that's another game that we both got wrong the first time around. So it'll be interesting to see if the change of venue makes a difference.
Yeah, and these two teams are district rivals. They played 3 weeks ago in Portales. The Rams roughed up Lovington 35-13. So Lovington certainly looking to get off a little bit with Casey Perez, their quarterback, who is a great rushing quarterback, but he had minus 12 yards rushing in that game and had to throw it 44 times. Neither of which really factor into the way Lovington likes to win games. They need him to throw less, run effectively, and instead he had to throw more, and he was stymied in the run. So that Portales defense really did a number on him in the first game.
Yeah, Portales' defense has done a number on a lot of people. That's a very good defense. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Lovington can figure out a way to get some rushing attack going.
Yeah, and the last game on the schedule is the Class 2A championship game. That is Saturday. Number 1 Eunice, number 3 Texaco. These two teams met already in the regular season. Eunice won by a couple of touchdowns back in September. We both like Eunice here. They've just been the best team in that class all year. Not that Texaco can't win, but Eunice has been the best team in this class. No reason not to like them here.
No, not at all. Especially playing a team that they have already had some success against. I have to think they're a prohibitive favorite.
Right. Anyway, so Ken and I hope to be back outdoors next week. We want to thank Kevin Hendricks from our staff, who's doing the video today in lieu of our boss Randy Harrison, who's off today. Ken and I would be back for our final edition next week to talk about the state championship games in 3A, 4A, 5A, and 6A. In the meantime, enjoy the football this weekend. Have a good weekend. Stay warm.